Hi everyone. I just wanted to start something that I think might be helpful for all of us. I so miss the opportunity to be with you on a weekly meeting like we used to do in Maryland, and many of you remember that. But those of us who now have spread out, spread our wings and moved in other areas, or have never had the opportunity to be together in a weekly meeting, I think this particular gathering will maybe help us all. And when I go like this, I mean, I'm pointing the finger at myself as well as you, because we all need to get our act together and work together and support each other to make this year the best for all of us. Behind me is my goal board, and I really feel that it's so important, and I'll explain it in a little bit. I'll go through some details, but it's very important that we have goals and not just think about it. You know, I'd like to be, or I want to be, or I hope to be, whatever. You're willing to do what it takes to get what we have in success in Shaklee. And where it all begins is, I think for all of you, will be first to print out or at least download the Shaklee 2018-2019 incentive book so that you know where you're at, what you want to accomplish. Now, one of the things that I think was very important in my life when I started in my Shaklee career was that I had a lot of obstacles. There were more reasons why I shouldn't do Shaklee than I should do Shaklee in my mind. And it wasn't until I literally stood in front of a mirror and said to myself, what are the yeses why I want Shaklee, and what are the no's? And there were so many yeses and really no no's, except that the negative energy around me was very bad. But I felt that I lived above it and flew with like an eagle flies on purpose with a destination that I could accomplish what I need to accomplish. One of the first things I did was go through the incentive booklet like I just showed you, that was back, 30 some plus years ago, and decide what I could possibly do that year to get myself to where I needed to be. And I went out under a willow tree because the energy in my house was not the best, too many distractions, just things that just weren't going to help me focus. And I sat there with some music playing and just wrote how it would feel to be at that day the Shaklee convention in San Francisco. We didn't have Pleasanton then, and what it would be like. And I wrote it out as if it were September whatever year it was, and it was so exciting to be getting on the plane. And when I looked back over the year and I explained what had happened, I put it in detail. Now I wrote it up, and then I had a tape recorder and I recorded it, and I put it in all areas of my house. I put it in my car, I put it in my walking CD thing. I didn't have a CD then, it was a tape then. But when life got me down, I plugged into Donna saying, I've made it, it happened. And it got me back on track again. Now we all have obstacles in our life, and we all face things that take us away from our goals. But as long as we center, and we can listen to wonderful people, and I do all the time. Some of you got some of the information I sent from Wayne Dyer, Louise Hay, whatever. And they're wonderful to listen to. But sometimes in the back of your mind, you'll say, oh, it's easy for them to accomplish that. They're different. They're no different. It's just that sometimes it's better we listen to our own voice saying what we've accomplished and where we want to go. Now, I'm going to be here every week, and I will be available by email, by phone call, whatever you'd like. But what I'd like you to do is to really think about what you want to accomplish this year. Print this out, and then I'm going to be sending you some information about how to set your goal board up. Now, your goal board is going to be different than mine. This is what I put on mine. I put things that really I want to Greece and the Bahamas. I want to really accomplish that goal. And if you want a big picture like this, Sherry in my office, who I love dearly, who's doing this video, made this picture for me on photocopy paper. And so what this is, it's just things I want. And on here is a thing called 50 Things I Want. And people say, oh God, I don't have, but it's amazing. I thought I'd come up with 3, but I came up with 50 different things. I'm up to 48 now. Ann Westergaard shared that with me through one of our corporate officers, And he says, you know, you think you don't want all these things, but you really do. Now, what I want is only going to help other people enhance their lives. So it's for me personally, but the offspin of that is I'm going to help a lot of people. So be thinking about that. Just kind of write it down. You may start out with maybe 3 things and then go back and add a few more things and a few more things. So this is mine. It's the picture of Greece. This is Roger Barnett recognizing me. This is where I want to go. And on here I have vision is to empower people to live their dreams. And that's really what it is with Shaklee, isn't it? That's what we do. We really want to help people. And this was a card I received from my dear friend Ann Westergaard at one point in time. These are some personal things I wanted. Over here is my goal board, where I want to go, who sales leaders I want to bring into my organization, and it's pretty cool. Now I have those 2 boards. They don't have to be that big. Now let me step back. When I started in Shaklee, it was not a welcome subject for me to start a business in my family. So if I was going to do the business, I had to keep it away from everything in my former husband's vision. So what I did was I set up office in the furnace room, and I bought a small desk, and I sat there. I had a phone. I extended a phone around, and when the furnace would kick off, I'd say, "Oh, excuse me, I got another call. I'll call you back." So I let the furnace roar, hung up the phone, called back, and say, "Okay, let's start recording." I even had my little baby Scott on that desk, and I rocked him as I talked. Now, we all have reasons what holds us back from doing Shaklee, and I have more than I can even possibly imagine to tell you, and I'm no different than anybody else, because anyone who's made any success in Shaklee has gone through more obstacles than they've had successes. And so I have transitioned now to a beautiful place in my life, and I've really come full circle, and I'm really ready to take this business and help anyone else who would like to grow this year to the next level of growth. So I have a lot of things. Now, if your goal is to get to director this year, I want you to go into the computer and pull up when the next director's convention will be. That's amazing. That's going to be on October 10th to the 13th in 2018. Now, if that's your goal, you'd like to be at that convention and take your husband or a significant other, then you need to talk to me, because there's some things you need to learn about, and that you can find out in there. The global conference, if that's a goal for you to go to, Joanne and Terry, the Gen team, have provided an absolute wonderful incentive to get free rooms there. If you're not familiar with that, let me know, and I'll go over it and help you understand that. I think everyone needs to. I've never missed a convention, no matter how many obstacles were in my life, because I felt it was that important to be incentivized. So I also have another goal board, and I don't know if Sherry can take me over here. This is my messy office, but that's why I do what I do, and there's a lot of things going on. This is what I want to accomplish, and every day, what I did was I copied you don't have to go in close on it, but I have, I took one of your bonus, you get a bonus check, and I changed it to what I wanted to be earning every month. And I look at that every day, and this year I want to increase my volume to the minimum of 10,000. At least by June, I want to have my volume steadily coming in at 10,000. I don't know, and these are incentive things. And here I have a little card that says, "Make today amazing." And so the most important thing I have on all my goal boards is this, and I send it to you, and if you don't have it, I'll be happy to send it to you. And it says, "The moment one definitely commits oneself, then providence moves too. All sorts of things occur to help one that would never otherwise have occurred. Unforeseen incidents, meetings, material assistance, which no man could have dreamed would have come their way." And that's important. I have everything on here that kind of, when I walk in, I know that my daughter gave me this. Roger Barnett gave this saying to us when we first joined Shaklee. She gave it to me as a Christmas present, and I treasure it. And it's shoot for the moon. Even if you miss, you'll land among the stars. So whatever you shoot for this year, if you don't get there, it's okay, because you're going to land among the stars. You're going to sparkle. You're going to accomplish something that you hadn't done. But I'm going to be sending some things in the mail. Here's what I want you to do. Before next week, I would like you to tell me that you've spent time on your goal board and you've got it started. And I'd like to talk to you. If you can do that, then what we're going to do is start sharing our goal boards on a Zoom call so that we can encourage and support each other. So I hope this little bit of information has helped you. And for the Spanish team, as you know, I'm translating it through the wonderful digital abilities we have today. And I will be sending my information to you in digital format. Let me know what you think. Give me a email, send me an email, a text, call me. But I really, really want to grow this year, and I'd like to have you guys go with me. Love you guys.